All right, good evening, Who That Nation. Welcome to the WDN Chatline podcast. This is the host CB, and I'm here with my co-host, the MOD, Uptown. Uptown, what it do, fam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get it popping. Let's get it cracking. Y'all know who it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Who That Nation, I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your work week. We about to hit the midway point, and then towards the end of the week, we're gonna get back up out on the field, watch our Saints compete in another preseason game. Who That Nation? I know we all was tuned in. We got a lot to talk about tonight, and I'm excited what I seen in that first preseason game. So we will discuss, players in the Jaguars game. And the unfortunate news with Tyson, we'll get into that. Um, I don't know, Uptown, you want to go ahead and get that out the way, or do you just want to put that on the back burner? Because, I mean, right now, I'm
Man,
excited about these players, man.
we'll put that on the back burner.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, so we'll put that on the back burner. And I'm going to go ahead and go to the comment section. Shout y'all out. Shout out to JT in the building. Blessing CB in Uptown. Salute, fam. See the OG Jerry Poor in the building. Shout out to Jerry. What's good, fam?
What's good with it?
Then I see RG Venom in the building. Said, "Who That Nation? What's good, fam?" And y'all know how we do. Your
What's
comments.
good? Jerry was good. Venom was happening.
Oh yes,
Family was happening.
we definitely gonna put your comments up as the show goes along. So you know how tonight's show gonna go, man. We're gonna recap the preseason game versus the Jaguars, and then we're gonna get into the Jordan Tyson news. If we got time, we'll open up the phone lines. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. I want to start off with this guy, and I kn- I know it's other pieces that played good. I want to start off with this guy. It's a lot of faces we're gonna talk about, but I want to start off with Jaden Price. Jaden Price to me was my MVP of the game because you guys know how I feel about our backfield, and I'm talking about the DB position, the cornerback position. If this guy can come in and make some noise, I don't care if he in the nickel spot. I don't care if he on the outside. If this guy can make some noise and just step it up, I'm not gonna throw him into no lineup or nothing like that. To be honest, going into this preseason game, I wouldn't have had this guy on the opening day roster. So this is what preseason does. Guys is hungry. He gritty. I'm gonna just give a background of Jaden Price and then Uptown. I'm gonna let you have the floor on him. This guy was drafted in the 2024 draft. No, he was undrafted by the and then the Falcons picked him up in the 2024 draft that season. Then he went on to play in the UFL this past season. He was second in kick return yards and punt return yards. That was second in the league. So this guy's a returner. So that's good to hear as well. And he led the league in pass deflections. So this guy, he's still hungry. He's 26 years old. I love what I seen. I know it was two plays, but it was a key interception, and he was just on the football. So Uptown, go ahead, fam. Jaden Price, what you think?
I think I feel the same way too. I thought he played a good game. Also, right, they had been he has been making some noise in training camp too. You know, they was talking about how well he had been playing in training camp, and it was a good thing that he was able to translate what he was doing from training camp and bring it on to the football field. As a matter of fact, I thought him and what's this guy name? Emerson, the number 22, that Martin
Yes.
Emerson Jr. I thought he played well as too. As far as the cornerbacks are concerned. But Price, very, very good. I was very, very impressed. If he keeps that up right, he's for sure gonna, get himself a roster spot if he continues to do that. And like I say, I was also impressed with the play of Martin Emerson Jr. as well. I thought both of them did a good job anchoring the secondary. Especially in the beginning of the game. But there's another guy. I'm gonna let you continue. There's another guy that really got my MVP. You know, and he was on the defense too. But I let you continue.
Well, I just I mean, pretty much Jaden Price, man. I just love what I seen from Jaden Price. I'm not fully sold on our cornerback unit. I know what Kool-Aid was doing, and I mean, you know what the church been about him. Quincy Riley, I haven't really gave him an evaluation yet until what I see this year. I got an evaluation on Kool-Aid, what he's done brought. I'm not sold yet. He may sell me this year. I don't know, but I just know I have uncertainty at that
He,
position.
he, he needs to sell us this year. If not
Yeah,
this year, I don't think ever.
right. So
I'm just being
it
straight
just
up.
felt good. It felt good to see a DB just come out there and make some noise.
Yeah,
He just
I
telling
agree.
us he can tell he hungry, he gritty. You know, white chocolate out there ready. So you know,
Emerson almost had an interception too,
oh
but I
yeah,
know
for
I
sure.
know almost doesn't count. But just to tell you, to show you that he has some ball hawking skills too. But my particular MVP on the defensive side was old Heldman. Heldman, yeah. That I was like, that dude was a beast in college, man, coming out of Central Michigan. You know, undrafted defensive man. He didn't play. He did not only play well for the work that I seen that he did. He played almost at an elite level. At an elite level. There's film on him, specifically on him on YouTube. I knew he was playing well. I just did not realize how well he was playing. If he continues like that, he's for sure going to make the team. For sure going to make the team. No doubt about it. And he out there looking like a little young Jared Allen. Number 63 and all that other kind of crazy stuff too. Got crazy number and all that. You know? And he didn't just play well. He got 2 sacks, right, CB?
Oh yes.
Yeah, he got 2 sacks. He
Yep.
also played well against the run.
Yep. Three
He
tackles
wasn't,
for
he wasn't,
loss.
yeah, he wasn't no one-trick pony out there. You know? And like he looks slow, but apparently he's not. He's not as slow as people think. And all his steps is very well calculated and measured. He's not just running around. Everything that he do, he has a design purpose in what he does. So I was impressed with him. I was also impressed with Jalen Ford playing linebacker. So there was a lot. There was a lot of good to go around. On the defensive side of the ball.
Yes.
They pretty much held their end up. It was just the third and fourth team defense that came in that crapped the bed when it came down to it. But yeah, I was very impressed with that. Um, what I was encouraged about with that too was we kept hearing about how our offense wasn't looking so well, you know, in training camp and stuff, thus far. And when you hear that, CB, you think either two things is at play here. Either our offense just really sucks,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Or our defense is just playing that well. So apparently, right, our defense is just playing that well, and that was mostly second and third stringers that we had on there. I was also encouraged by the play of Kristen Miller. I thought Kristen Miller played well too. I paid attention to him. You couldn't help but pay attention to him. He had that crazy helmet on, you know. So I paid attention to him, and I thought that he played well, and I thought that bode well for the future. You know what I didn't understand? You notice Kellen Moore kept out all the important, you know, defensive and offensive players. They did not play in this game. Okay. I don't understand why Vernon Brockton didn't play. And I don't understand why Stutzman didn't play.
I
I
know
don't get
Brockton
that.
for sure hadn't earned that
You know, he
time
hadn't
off.
earned that. And Stutzman hadn't earned that either.
Right.
You know? So why they didn't play like they, you know, okay, maybe they spots are solidified. But you gotta always keep cats hungry, man. Feeling like they got something to prove, you know. And I don't know those two in particular. I don't see why they was held out of the game. I just found that peculiar, CB.
I totally agree. I
You know,
totally agree, cause
so I'm like, you know, I wanted to see what Brockton looked like now. We only saw like, you know, a game or two of him or whatever, because he got injured early in the season last season and was out. So I didn't agree with that decision, you know, but yeah, that was good. You know, I was impressed by that. And that's all really that I can really say about the defense, you know. Um, the second and third team defense came out there and really stunk it up. I see why TJ Hall wasn't a high draft pick. You know, he can't cover a bed with a blanket. You know what I'm saying? So we got to hope that our value from him can come on special teams because you know in the event that he make the team, if for any reason that we got to play him anyway, we screwed. You know what I'm saying? So just from what I was able to see. Also, right, I wasn't too impressed by some of the stuff that I saw from Lorenzo Styles either.
right.
You know, so I'm not, you know, again, I say it's just the first preseason game. I'm not going to over exaggerate anything, you know, good or bad. But I wasn't too impressed by the play of Lorenzo Styles, you know. So that's what I was able to see. Now, I wait when we get to the other side of the ball
But
because
I
there's
agree.
some
No,
there's
I was just saying, but Lorenzo, I agree. I was looking forward to hearing his name.
Yeah, on one of those plays, bro, he would have got beat for a touchdown, but dude dropped the ball. He dropped the ball in the end zone. It was a tight end. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't all that impressed, and that's one of the dudes that they were talking about a lot, you know, in training camp and how well he's playing too. But like I say, I wait us talking about the other side of the ball because there's some stuff that we need to discuss.
Fast. Okay. Anything else before I read these two comments?
No,
We
we,
hit
we
on let's see. Who did we hit on that stood out? And it's
that
good
we
to
draft.
hear people. It's good to hear players standing out because we really hadn't had that going for us in a while.
We
We
had two linemen, and a free agent cornerback, and I think an undrafted cornerback stand out. An undrafted defensive lineman, a second round pick defensive lineman, an undrafted cornerback, and a free agent cornerback. Those are the people that stood out the most on that offense. I mean, on that defense. That's Hellman. That's Christian Miller. That's Jordan Price, and that's that Harrison Jr. kid.
facts.
And those are the ones that for sure stood out. That Martin Emerson, I meant to say Emerson Jr. Martin Emerson Jr. Y'all. I did not Harrison. Martin Emerson Jr.
Right. So hopefully we see more from these guys moving forward in the preseason. So shout out to them. Okay, JT said preach, preach uptown. Definitely for sure. Jerry said my standouts for the Jaguars are as follows: Wilson, Chandler, Means, Hillman, Emerson, and Price. Facts. We're gonna get on some of those names in a few seconds. And then I see my brother in the building. He said, "See, you told me Tyson overtake y'all good at Nola." Yes, I did, and I stand on that. When he's healthy, um, the route tree to me he runs it better than Tate. I mean, that ain't no big old separation. Both of those guys are dogs, but I mean, I just take Tyson when he's healthy. Both of them healthy. I'm gonna take Tyson. It just is what
Mm-hmm.
it is. I stand on it, but it's all good. How
It's
y'all
not,
doing
and
in
that's not
Tennessee?
just us either, Chad. That's not just us. I mean, Brad. That's not just us, Brad. We ain't the only ones that say that. That was what the quote unquote NFL experts said too. Okay, we're not making this up.
Fast.
She
Shout out
dirty.
Dirty in the building.
So look, bro. Let me pop it off, bro, because I'm tired. I ain't gonna even mess with Spencer. Now, if anybody knows, right? Let's not play any games around here. The biggest supporters, two of the biggest supporters of Spencer was CB and I. Huge supporters of Spencer, rather.
Mm-hmm.
Even when other people was kicking him, was putting dirt on him, you understand, prematurely or whatever, right? He stood by him, right? So I say that to say this. What's up, kid? What's up, kid? What's good, shipmate? But look, I say that to say this, right? Spencer looks horrible. You understand? And I'm starting to see some of the same traits that I saw last season with him. It's starting to look like a pattern that he does not have a good pocket presence. That's starting to look like a pattern now. And you would think that somebody like him, somebody who got good legs, that can run, that has the ability to run, you would think that somebody like him would have better pocket presence than what he has. I don't know. Too many times we just saw him, fumble the ball like that. Too many times we saw him actually run into sacks, like he ran into a sack. You understand? In this game
Yep,
last Saturday, CB.
for
You heard
sure.
me? I mean, it's starting to look like a pattern now. And let me tell you something, bro. And I'm just gonna be. Can I be real with you, CB? Can I be real with you?
Yeah.
You understand? I think Zach Wilson sucks. I think he's a suck ass quarterback. Always did think that. I thought he was drafted too high. You understand? I thought he was overrated, and all that, all that bears, eventually bear me witness. It was that he was drafted too high that he was overrated. That was the truth. You understand? But with that being said, right, that's why I didn't really, hold much weight in him. But he outplayed the hell out of Spencer. I mean, he outplayed the hell out of Spencer.
Yes.
You understand? And Spencer is more familiar with the offense than what Zach Wilson is. And even if, let's say this, CB, even if, Zach Wilson gonna, outplay you or whatever, right? You should at least, make it some type of a competition or whatever, right? Bruh, he's starting to mimic all that one game, and I know it was a preseason game, but that preseason game is a microcosm of some of the stuff that we've seen out of him all last season, including the misreads, the hurry ups, the check downs and stuff like that, and all that, bro. And he's starting to look like Derek Carr because he's throwing these hospital balls now. He got Estimate hurt, bro. That's how Estimate got hurt, whoa. You heard me? Because him, that hospital ass ball that he threw to him, and Estimate was solidifying himself before he got injured. Estimate was solidifying himself as our third running back. He was having a great game before that hospital ball.
Agreed.
You understand? So, like, say, bro, look, man. Look, Spencer, man, you're going to have to shit or get your ass up off the pot, bro. You understand? Straight like that, man. You understand? I think Zach Wilson wasn't afraid to make some plays. He wasn't afraid to throw the ball up the field. And that's been a knock on Spencer, that he's been afraid to throw the ball up the field. That he'll take the check down. He'll take the intermediate routes and all that kind of stuff. He won't take the risk of all that, man. Look, bro, you got to throw that thing, bro. You got to throw that thing. And what you going to tell me? What somebody going to say that, the receivers were, I mean, he had the same receivers that Zach Wilson had when he went out there.
Yep.
Did he not, CB?
Yep. Exact same. I paid attention to it.
Yeah, we paid attention to it, bro. We ain't dummies. We know what the hell we looking at. You understand? And here it is. Zach Wilson had Bud Means looking elite.
Yes. And Barry and Brown.
And Trey Palmer. So this what that's telling me is this, right? It ain't the system. It ain't the players. It's you, bro. It's you. Now we're going to see how he going to come out, because he probably is going to get the start again against the Lambs. You know what I'm saying? So he probably going to get the start again against the Lambs. Now we're going to see if he bout it.
Now, yes, he did have a horrible game. He did. But it's one thing that you pointed out that's been a current issue with Spencer. And before I even go into that, man, we've been saying, I'm talking about throughout the offseason, we think Spencer deserves a chance to play elsewhere or get an opportunity to start elsewhere, because Shuck is the guy that was determined last season. So Spencer, we were saying he deserved to get another opportunity elsewhere. Now, I was highly disappointed what you brought up about him getting hit with the football, like that was his rookie. That's rookie mistakes. So
Mm-hmm.
why is you still bringing that up? Why do we gotta bring that up now?
Yeah.
Come on, Spencer. We still gotta bring this up. That part.
And that's a it's starting to look like a pattern now, CB. Not more like no aberration. That's not an aberration. You understand what I'm saying?
Fumbling the
That's starting to look
football.
like a pattern now. It's starting to look like a pattern. You understand? Like that's starting to look like a pattern. And him, I don't understand. Bruh, I think he's the only quarterback that I seen that run into sacks. Like you don't see that dude over there, and you run right into the defender. They get a free sack off from you. You understand? I mean, that's something I'm tired of seeing him do, bro. And his pocket presence is horrible. Horrible. CB. And I'm tired of seeing it, bro. Every time the pocket or something collapse or whatever, bro, he in trouble. He gonna get sacked. And you just better hope that he don't fumble the rock,
Yep.
as well. And like, man, say, bro, look, he instantly went out there, bro, and started a quarterback to controversy. Now, I don't know if he gonna be able to, because now he got pressure on him now, and pressure bust pipes.
Yep. And
You know,
also, like I said, he was auditioning for other teams, and that certainly didn't help because teams know
yeah,
what his weak points are, and that was the major weak point for Rattler, fumbling that football, running into a sack. Like
yeah, he
that
he
was his
messing our
main
business.
weakness.
That you make a good point, CB. He messing our business up, bro. So if we could have got something from him, in a trade, you know, that's not looking good either because he's keep putting out badass film. You understand? He
Yep.
keep putting up badass film, bro. But with that said, man, the hell with Spencer. But I'm gonna say this, bro. There was other players, man, that played well, and let's highlight them, man. I thought, Bud Means. I thought Bud Means had a really good game. I thought that Audric Estime was having a damn good game until he got injured. I thought Barian Brown had a good game. I thought Trey Palmer had a good game. I'm gonna say I think Delps ended up having a good game, although he started slow. He got to realize, man, you got to catch the ball. When the ball hits you in your hand, I know you wasn't too used. They really used you primarily as a blocker, in college. But this team right here, they're gonna require you to catch the ball, bro. And you got to catch every ball that come to you. You understand? Not just limited balls or nothing like that, but you got to catch every ball that comes to you. You understand?
Facts.
But I still was encouraged by his play, nonetheless. And he did end up catching a touchdown after they robbed Bud Means of that touchdown. That should have been a touchdown by Bud Means. And they robbed him. So yeah, I was encouraged by that, And there were some things that I paid attention to, some of that offensive line stuff too, right? A lot of them guys, man, I would say they played so-so. I seen some good plays out because Jeremiah played out there. He played, you know. I seen some good plays from him, especially in the running game, and I saw some bad plays too from him as well. The same thing with Torricella Simpkins, who played center in this game. I saw some good stuff from him, and I saw some bad stuff from him. Overall, nobody played a perfect game, including the players that we are highlighting. So I'm glad that they have enough on tape where they can go back and make the adjustments and stuff that they need to make in their game. You know, because I think that for each of these players, it's some minor adjustments here, minor adjustments there, with the exception of Rattler, which I think the adjustment that's coming with him needs to be made between his ears. I don't think it have anything to do, with his physical ability, CB. So what you think?
I agree with you, man. Definitely definitely similar takes from him.
No doubt, no doubt.
I was reading.
So anybody got any questions? Let's get them in. We don't want to
Uh,
be on here too late tonight.
I do wanna ask you, Mason Tipton. Really ain't been hearing too much from him. Is he injured? Is he
Yeah,
hurt?
he about to get his walking papers. That wide receiving room is too talented and too deep for him to
Yes.
be missing games and stuff like that. Nowadays, Bud Means is even shining. Then,
Yeah.
for some reason, that's another thing too with Kellen Moore. I don't know why didn't I I didn't hear about no injury or nothing. Why didn't Bryce Lance play?
Right. I was looking forward to
Why
seeing.
was he left out off the field? With Bryce Lance, you got to battle with Bryce Lance. You got to battle with Bud Means. You got to battle with Trey Palmer. You understand? I mean, it's funny that the guy who was the camp darling last season might not even make it on the team this season. It's a possibility he may even have some trouble getting on the practice squad. That just goes to show you, man, how talented this league can become. Because look, we triple dipped at wide receiver this in the draft. CB,
Right.
we went Tyson, Berrien Brown, Lance. We triple dipped.
And now, I mean, you say that, and that by saying that, man, it's starting to look like that was a smart decision.
Yeah, it's starting to look like a smart decision. And
Man,
in certain ways, bro, since you led into that, and I say this begrudgingly, and I hope one day that I would be able to say, hey, look, maybe I was wrong about that or whatever. But it's starting to look like we was dumb for doing that. Because the precise thing that everybody said would happen, happened. The precise thing, the thing that we most feared, they went through all the measures. You understand, to make sure that he was okay. He didn't even participate in the damn NFL combine. He was not in the OTAs. He was not in none of that kind of stuff. He wasn't going hard. They took it easy on him and all that. And then we get into one practice with some game intensity to it, and here goes the hamstring. These hamstring issues is what kept him out. from the OTAs and all that other stuff. Now we got this, and apparently it's a bad one because they saying that he can be out for 2 months, which would mean that he will miss games. Bruh, sometimes, the people, the analysts, and all that, right? Sometimes they might be right. Sometimes they just right, you
Facts.
know. And it seemed like they just right about this guy. I've been holding my breath every day that we didn't hear any injury report, with his name on it. I felt like was a blessing. You understand? And then this occurs. And this ain't something like he gonna be out a couple of weeks, day to day, whatever, right? They already saying that he may be out for up to 2 months, which would means that he will miss football games, which is the main thing that we did not want to see. I mean, bro, we don't. They talk about all this ability he have and all that, and yeah, we saw it in college. But this the pros, bro. We don't know if you got all that ability. I mean, you got to prove yourself on every level.
Facts for sure.
You understand? You ain't proved nothing to the NFL yet. We just saw some highlight reels from your college days, but you ain't proved a damn thing yet. And it's like, what is you doing something, bro, or not doing something? Either you're doing something or not doing something. They keep getting these reoccurring injuries to the same thing. Hamstring, 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 hamstring. What is you doing, bro? Or what are you not doing? You understand, bro? I don't. And that was like, man. And when I heard it, bro, I wasn't even surprised by it. And that's the messed up thing about it. I was disappointed, but I wasn't surprised at all. And that's what hurt so bad about the whole thing. Now, for as much of this ability that they talk about that he been displaying in college and what they was able to see so far in camp, they were saying that most of the offense has been installed already, had been installed already by the time he got injured. But there's much more. There's nuances and stuff, of the offense and stuff. There's chemistry to be, gained between him and Tyler Shook. This disrupts all that.
Yep. 2 months.
You know,
That's what, about 4 games into the season?
say 4 or 5 games, and it could be more because they say if he come back right before the bye, that they probably not gonna let him play. They're just gonna wait until after the bye. That can be week 9 or something. We can be in it or out it by then. Who knows?
Disappointed, man.
Yeah, it's disappointing, man.
It's just enough of time for it. But like you said, the team has done everything, like far as taking it easy on them. They did all of that. So, like, what else can the team do at this point?
Man,
It's just, I mean,
this is body.
At this point, they set you out all this time as a rookie, which you getting vet treatment, extra vet treatment throughout this whole offseason, taking it easy. So then when they slowly ramps it up, here we go again. I'm gonna be honest. Now, this is just my take. I just think his style of play, his style of like how he run routes and how he uses body to cut. I think that has a little bit to do with that, if not a lot to do with how the hamstrings is. But my thing is that I'm not the medical guy, not like that. But we all play ball. If you knowing your forte is being able to like your forte is being able to separate yourself with these key routes and glitches and stuff with your legs, you should be making sure that your legs is in perfect shape. I'm talking about even like through college. Through college, he should have been making sure his hands was good. But I don't
Hey,
know. I
bro.
don't know what.
If what you saying then, the Curie Hammond, if what you saying is true, then if that bodes to be true, then we just you understand we just shit out of luck then, bro. You understand? Because like if that's the case, who knows when he will and will not be injured?
And the thing, it's
I mean,
one thing if it's
we
just
can be making a damn playoff run and then he
yeah.
get injured or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's we just screwed there. If what you saying is true. And like I don't like saying this, but the truth is the truth, man. The truth don't harm nobody but a liar. It's starting to look like he's that dude though. Like he's that injury prone dude. I'm just being honest.
And
He,
that's what
he's
finding
starting. He's
him
starting.
wearing
It
one
look like he's starting to wear
game.
that jacket. It's starting to look like he's wearing that jacket. CB.
Not even playing one game in the NFL, and you're getting that notice.
Not even a preseason game, bro. You ain't even playing a preseason game, bro. You
It's one
understand?
thing if he would have if it was like a just say like a knee injury or ankle injury or shoulder injury, like it's just going all around. That's one thing, but to have the same reoccurring injury, I think he had another injury in college. I think it was a shoulder or something like that. But
Man, he broke his collarbone in college. He
yeah,
broke he had his ACL. He had an ACL injury. I think he had an ankle injury in college. He had several hamstring injuries while he was in college. You understand? You know that's his jacket, bro. You understand? It's up to him now as a pro. As a pro, whatever amount of money that he's making, he should try and dedicate, you know, a good substantial portion of it towards his body. Your body is how you making your money, bro.
yep,
If your body ain't working, then you ain't making no money. That's the one thing, to say what you want. I ain't no big fan of LeBron James, but he took care of his body for all these years. And he put a substantial amount of money towards the uptake and the care of his body, you know, because it's something, bro, that Jordan Tyson is doing or not doing that's causing him to continuously have these, and I'm talking about the hamstring. Now, um, as far as your collarbone is concerned, bro, even Tyler Shook even had a broken collarbone, in college. Those things and stuff, you can't. That's something that you can't really predict. That's not preventable. You
right.
understand? And when his knee got tore up. His knee got tore up off from a hit. I thought that hit was pretty dirty. You understand? That was what I call a dirty hit when he was in college. Okay, That's something right there. You can't really see that. That's not. You can't really prevent yourself from that or take any kind of precautions. But the soft tissue stuff, man, hamstring and all that, bro. There's something that you got to be doing, bro. Maybe you ain't doing some stretches or something, right, or something, or maybe you're not eating the right foods or something, man. It's something that's going on that you're doing, like I say, or not doing to your body that's causing these soft tissue injuries and stuff like that. You know, so it's disappointing, bro. It's very disappointing. Our whole fan base was looking forward to seeing this dude play. Day one, and we're gonna be held off until maybe week 4, 5, 6, or something, whatever. Because like even let's say just say in a month or two, let's say that his hamstring now he's been medically clear to come back. They already in the football season and all that. You understand? You're gonna have to work with him some kind of way and ramp him up, you know, to get him to play actual football games. You know, that may take a week, for all we know.
Yep.
So this dude, the way this looking, man, we can and this is really gonna damn suck because it's the same thing that happened, man, when we had goddamn Marcus Davenport and the same shit that happened when we had damn Trevor Penny. You understand what I'm saying? It's gonna suck, man. Knowing that we got this guy, this first round guy, this supposedly out of the world talented wide receiver that people are comparing to some of the greatest that ever played the position. But he's not out there for the first 6, 7, who knows, 8 weeks of the season. Man, that sucks. It seems like we get snake bitten with that stuff every damn year now, bro. Every damn year it seems like something like that is happening now. You understand? And like, people, I guess people say it could be worse. He could be out for the rest of the season and all that, man. But this is the worst case scenario to me.
This is worse right here.
This
This
is
is
the worst case
worse.
scenario to me. And it just seemed like, man, like this shit just, like for some reason we have been, afflicted with that now. You understand? If you look through all the last, 3, 4, 5 years, maybe even longer than that, bro. There's always somebody, some important person getting injured and either out for the season or they lose significant amount of time. You understand? And it's just disheartening, bro. It's just disheartening. That's all I
And
really
I'm
have to
not about
say.
to I'm not about to be the one that be like, oh, we should have drafted this guy. I'm not even doing that at this point. But
No, because
am I frustrated and concerned? Absolutely, because I want to see the guy play. Like we really got some talent at receiver, and to put this guy in the mix, I believe he can make some form of impact. I'm not gonna say he back to do this and like all this great stuff. I don't know yet. He gotta prove himself. But just by what I've been seeing, the minimal snaps he got in practice, I believe he can make some form of an impact alongside Chris Olave. But we're not gonna get to see that for the first couple of weeks. And like you said, Uptown, the time frame is probably gonna be after the bye. Because if they took it slow through this whole offseason and it's still an issue, it's gonna be after the bye. So who that nation? Let's just embrace ourselves and
Yep.
not look forward to seeing him until after the bye week, after that London trip. But
And
I'm
then
not, like I said, I'm not gonna be like, oh, we shouldn't have drafted him. We should have got down. I already see Saints fans saying that. Some of the Saints fans that's on that type of time, they just switching up, saying, "Oh, that's why I knew we should have got no." I'm fine with Tyson. I'm fine with the
all that which we should have got. That's not going to do us any good right now.
no.
You understand? We got who we got. You understand? And let me say this too before we end this segment, right? Charlie Smith, bro, you you about to lose your job, bro. You about to lose your job. You understand? You already been stinking it up, you know, in training camp. And I didn't hear, I didn't hear that Taylor Brown, was doing all that good either too much, you know. But he outkicked you in the preseason game, and you missed the kick. It went wide right. Now, do I get upset with you missing the kick? No. You understand? Kickers gonna miss. They you can't expect them to hit every kick, I guess, right? You understand? But I was discouraged, you know, with the way and how you missed that kick. You saw that kick, TB. That kick went way, way right. That kick wasn't. It had no chance.
I'm
Absolutely
shocked. I'm even
no
seeing
chance.
this stuff. I'm shocked.
You
I'm
know,
even seeing this stuff, man.
I'm shocked. I'm seeing it too, bro. It was almost like this was your spot to lose, and
Yeah.
you're gonna lose it. You understand? And you're really gonna lose it. You know. So I guess we can take a few calls, man. These calls gonna have to be short if you do have one. But I do want to say this, right? Falcons. Yeah, yeah, it's me again. Falcons. Um, I heard that James Pierce is going to be suspended for 8 games. I know y'all thought that he was going to be able to do that little clown stuff that he did, that little simp stuff that he did, you know, ramming a chick car because she didn't want to be with him no more, stalking her, and all that kind of stuff. Y'all thought that wasn't that the NFL is gonna like forget about that, huh? Well, he didn't. So okay, and I know how y'all are, right? I know y'all over there doing backflips when y'all heard about the Jordan Tyson thing. I know y'all better than you know your damn selves. I know how you are. I know exactly how you are. But now you're missing Walker and you're missing Pierce. And those was the two people that you can ill afford to lose off your defense. They the ones that had y'all, among the league leaders in sacks last season. And all because this boy simping. Straight simping. Little chick told him, I don't want to leave, I don't want to mess with you no more, James. And James tried to kill her really when it came down to it. That boy lucky that he didn't get locked up like that. You
That's how
understand?
y'all get down, man.
Boy,
That's how y'all get down.
you really, really is lucky, boy. You lucky. He's lucky, Falcon fans. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about your ass. I just wanted to say that, TB. We got anybody on the phone?
I'll put the link in the comments. I don't see anybody calling. It's
They
all
got,
good
they
if
got
y'all
like
don't.
10 minutes. They got like 10 minutes. You
Y'all want to
understand?
jump
If they
in?
don't come up, that's cool too. But you know, I just wanted the Falcon fans to know that we are aware of your troubles. We well aware of that. That did not slide by us. We are fully aware of what's going on, you know, over there with your football. And I heard, bro, I seen some of the little preseason game, and your boy Tua looks like shit water. He looks terrible, bro.
I know they
He
frustrated.
even said it himself that he looks bad. Now, we just talked about how bad Spencer looked, but Zach looked good. At least we had a quarterback to look good. Y'all didn't have a quarterback that looked good. And y'all gonna have to go into the season too, bro, with Tua. Because I heard old Mike ain't gonna be ready, bro. So think about that for a minute. And it couldn't happen to a better person than Kevin Stefanski. Yeah, we remember how you sabotaged, Shadir Sanders and stuff over there in Cleveland, bro. That's called karma. Now you're here and you ain't got no quarterback. And to be honest with you, right, I think the only real success that you had was when you had, I think, Baker, when Baker was over
there. Yes.
Bruh. So what is y'all gonna do, bruh? And you know something, bruh? I ain't even know this, man, but show you just how stupid he is, though. Kyle Pitts re-signed with them, bro. Did you know that?
Yeah.
You understand? That was an instance, bro. Well, I thought, to be honest with you, bro, I thought that a change of scenery could have benefited both parties. But I see both of them is stupid. And then they got Meg Ryan over there running the show. Meg Ryan. And already and stuff, it looked like he's shitting the bed. But if y'all like it, I love it. Couldn't happen to a better football team, CB. If you ask me, couldn't happen to a better football team,
man. Fast. Well, we got our first caller on the line. We got Jerry in the building. Jerry, what's good, fam?
What's good, CB? What's good uptown? What it do, what it is, what it does.
What's happening, my man? What's going on with it?
Look, uptown.
Yeah.
How long you and I been saying this about these Atlanta Falcons, bruh?
Man, I've been saying it ever since I was born. I think I came out my mama knowing that I didn't like the damn Falcons. You understand? I said when I came out, I was like, in one day they're gonna lose the Super Bowl, and they had a 28-point lead. I was Negro Damas.
I'm sorry.
Negro Damas. Look like we lost him, bro. We lost him.
Yeah, we lost him. Okay, we got him back. Jerry, you good?
Hey, Jerry.
Oh yeah, I'm good, man. I just had a phone call from my dad, so I had to tell him good night. But I couldn't let y'all in the show without talking about these Falcons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro.
But no, what I've been saying, uptown, how long we been blasting these Falcon fans, bruh?
Man, I've been blasting them ever since I was born.
Look, ever since they lost that championship, ever since they lost that Super Bowl, I hated them ever since. Look, I'm like Boosie Badass on that interview. I can't stand them dirty birds, bruh.
Yeah, I like Boosie for that.
Oh yeah, shout out to Boosie for that, bruh. That man say, "How you gonna blow a 28-point lead in the Super Bowl? Sit down." You know how to give him a little comedy act there. I can't stand them. I'm like Parks. I can't. I hate them bitches.
But for sure, bro, for sure, man.
and that's
So,
and hey, that's why I came up with the newest slogan for them fail cons. Remember, I was saying, "Rise up to fall down." That's going to retire. The new slogan is going to be, "Rise up to sit down," because the Atlanta Falcons love to rise up so they can finally sit down when they lose.
yeah, they ain't gonna do nothing, bro, too much,
They ain't
man.
gonna never. And they always talking all that shit. Oh, we sweat y'all. Oh, we sweat y'all. Yeah, that's y'all Super Bowl because y'all ain't never gonna win the big one in February at the Super Bowl. So deal with that.
Man, the way they season went last season, bro. You understand that if that's what they can put a stick of, a little feather they can put in their cap, and go ahead on and stick it in your cap, bro. Especially with your coach got fired.
Mm-hmm.
Your quarterback, got injured,
Uh-huh.
and that's that's the highlight of your season. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Go, so be it, man. Have fun.
And
You know.
hey, let me let you in on a little something else. Because you saw they played the Broncos against a former New Orleans Saints head coach and Sean Payton.
Mm-hmm.
Boy,
But,
boy, 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 boy.
but you know something, bro? Like we gonna see how that end up. You
Yes,
know.
sir.
But look, man, thanks for coming by. We don't want to be on here too late.
All right, but I was
Yeah,
gonna give y'all my standouts of the players if you already saw it. Yeah, 'cause, I like what I saw. Even though despite the loss, I've seen some good things in the New Orleans Saints uptown CB. Um, I think Ty Chandler and Price. Um, definitely Michael Hellman because that dude was balling the hell out. That dude was balling the hell out. Zach Wilson redeemed himself. Um, Martin Emerson Jr. stepped up. And Bub Means, what can I say about this guy, bruh? That dude, let me say this, and I'm going to get out of here. If Bub Means, Uptown and CB and chat, stay healthy this season, if he stay healthy this season, boy,
yeah,
oh boy, oh boy, look out.
yeah. The Saints. I already thought that the Saints was deep at wide receiver, man, but they're a little bit more deep than what I thought. You know that wide receiving room looking good.
Exactly. What you think, CB?
Oh yeah, the wide receiver room definitely deep. But we lost a huge part to our receiver room, but it's all good. We just gotta keep it moving, keep going, see
Yep.
who the Saints bring in. But I like our depth. We have depth, so that's what we need in case one goes down. Um, we don't have to look on the street for somebody. We got somebody in house ready to go. Even though we looking on the street at some vets, but still, these guys, I think eventually they're gonna be dependent on very well this season and gonna respond. That's how it's looking at this point right now.
I agree with you, CB. And look, and I'm gonna say this. I'm just grateful that it's 2 months that Tyson gonna be out. I'm sure he's gonna be ready. Hopefully, as you predicted, CB, probably after the Paris game because that's a bye week going into November. So, I expect I don't want to rush Jordan Tyson quickly, But if he come back when they play against the Cleveland Browns at the Dome in week 9, he should be all right. But I don't
Okay.
want, like I said, I don't want to rush the guy too much, because he had a long history of hamstring injuries. I heard about that. So
Yeah. I
so
do.
I'm
We
just
appreciate you coming through.
just be thankful and thank the good Lord above that it's not a season-ending related injury, and it's only 2 months. Because I'll take 2 months any day. I'll take even 2 weeks if you let me go through that.
Indeed. We appreciate you coming through, bro.
Anytime, Uptown CB.
Yes, sir, fam.
Yep. And one last thing. Let me say this one more time, and I'm gonna get out of here. To all you Falcon fans, this is your new slogan for the year going forward. Rise up to sit the hell down. And that's all I got. Who that?
All right, who that, Jerry?
For life. Let's get it.
Hey, you know what, too, bro? We ain't even discussed this, bro. Now, like, think about this, CB. Now, who play opposite Olave now, week 1? You see, I don't want it to be Valet. I want Valet in the slot.
Yeah.
I think he more effective in the slot. So
Yeah.
who gonna be on the other side now, bro? We ain't even think about that, bro. You understand? I mean, like, I don't know, bro. I don't think it's gonna be no Barry Brown. I doubt that. You understand? Could it perhaps, bro? CB, could it be Bud Means?
We'll see. If he keeps it up. We'll see.
He's the only one that makes sense to me now, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't see Brown. I don't see Lance. I think those people are receivers that can come in and play, in certain packages and stuff like that. Especially being the fact that these dudes are rookies. And Bud Mean is a third-year vet.
Right.
You understand? I can't see Trey Palmer, although Trey Palmer is a vet, but he seemed like I put him in the same category as somebody that, you can benefit with him off of certain packages and stuff. You understand? Wow. Could it be Bud Mean, CB? Wow.
We will see.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Look, we're going to get up out of here, y'all. Appreciate the call from Junior.
Well, we got JT standing by.
Oh, JT standing by? Oh, I thought we was done, man. Let's hear from our dog.
Yeah, we'll take JT and then
We're going to
Hey,
take
bro,
JT and we're going to get up out of here.
hey, bro, I was on the other end yelling, man. I said, "Damn, CB, Uptown, don't do this to me, bro." I was yelling, man. Y'all ain't hear me, man. Come on,
bad, bro. My bad,
come on,
bro.
man. I'm hollering from out this east, man. Shit.
my bad, bro. My bad, bro.
Look, that's all right, Uptown. You know I'm back at you at any time.
Man,
Shoot, man. How y'all doing? Y'all all right tonight?
Anyway. Yeah, we good,
Yeah.
bro. You know we like to hear what you got to say anyway, JT.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this. How I look at it. I look at the games like I told y'all last week. I look at the games like this here. Like, let's go with last year. What I was looking at what some of our weak spots from last year was, and it was at the wide receiver position. Now you can check that because we got good wide receiver depth. Now Jordan, he may be hurt and everything, but I never looked at him. He's a good receiver, but I never looked at him as being there 17 games. I said that when we first was talking about getting, because I would have went and got him in the first round too, because he was just that good a wide receiver. And
yeah,
I mean, Yeah, he's just that good a wide receiver. Everybody said you get Caleb Downs and all that stuff. You know, that's after the fact. And when it was happening, you say go get the wide receiver, and they know they were saying that. So they need to stop going back and forth. Yeah, the wide receiver was there. We took him. Now, what I'm gonna say on him is, I think he's gonna be one of them kind of wide receivers. He's gonna have to grow into this NFL, and a lot of these youngsters gonna have to grow into the NFL right now that I see out there. Even Caleb Downs, all of them, they're young, but they're gonna have to get these everything gonna have to change. You know, the coaches gotta alter their way and how they dealing with these guys, and these guys gotta build themselves up and fix their bodies to play in this league, because man, this is a serious league here we dealing with, and you can't come up in here being no butterfly. You understand? You got to come up in here and be ready to play ball. Now, number one, none of these guys are built like the football players of about 20 years ago. I'll go even further, but I'm gonna just go with 20 years, 15 years. These guys are not built that way. You know, you gotta have a triage, a doctor on site to make sure they all right. You know, they gotta fix their shoes, and it's a lot of stuff that's going on with these guys, man. But I'm gonna say this though, I'll give to Kellen Moore. These guys he's bringing these guys in, and I'm looking at it off these practices, and when I went out and when they played the game. He's bringing these guys in. All these guys are system. He fit in his system. That's why they get off the bus ready to jump out there and play. They fit in his system, CB and Uptown. You look at these guys, man, from Christian Miller. I mean, look at what's going on. These guys jump off the bus, man, ready to get out there and play. You know, you got these young boys on deep wide receiver, that Lance. This guy coming in there, and Barry Brown. How they pick Barry Brown, man? Where they got him from? Everybody passed this guy up. Now he right there making plays because he fit in this system. You know, so I think the what I look at with it is this: we got these players here that fit these systems that the man have for them. It's going to make us better than we were last year. Now, the only thing is two things that I see going to hold us up. It's going to happen through the season. I got to see if we can stop the run, because I don't want nobody to be coming on us every week, hitting over 100 yards every week, 100 yards. Then you can't stop nobody then. Yeah. You see? Yeah. You see, I want to make sure the middle of that field is set. And I mean that not just the defensive line front, not the nose tackle. I'm talking about, I'm going to see some linebacker play, some running into the middle when the running back get the ball. I want to see a linebacker meet him in a hole. You understand? That's what I'm looking for. And number two, I'm with you on this, CB. I'm not sold on Kool-Aid yet, because Kool-Aid was getting beat with Jacksonville in practice. You understand? And he was getting beat with what you call him today out there, Dallas. I mean, I'm not sold on him yet. You know, I'm hoping the system override his deficiencies. That's what I'm hoping. You know, that's the two things. That's the difference of what I say from last year to now, you know. And my safety got to make more plays. I'm talking about Reed on this. I'm not a big Reed fan. So that's where I'm at. I think
I'm gonna tell you something else too that you left off too, bro. Mm-hmm. That I didn't see a huge improvement of too. We ain't even talk about that either, CB. But I wasn't impressed with the special teams either in the Jackson.
Yeah.
Besides the one return, remember we had the big return at the beginning of the game. Now that was nice, but that was the only highlight of the special teams the whole day. And but even that new punter, y'all, did you pay attention? The new punter that we had, he take the ball.
Yeah, I see that. Man, that guy I think he lose a job. I don't want to be dealing with no more punters and kickers all through the season. I mean, get your kicker, get your punter, and put him out there. If that guy kicking like that, I'll let him play. I wouldn't play around with them kickers like that. When you can't kick a ball, I mean, it's just awful. You got a strong leg, but you're not accurate.
Yeah.
That don't match. And here go another part of this too, Uptown. We ain't talk about yet. We need this when they start going to cut down. The Saints gotta go get them a center, a backup center, and because the last couple of years, my boy just been playing like 7-8 games for us, McCoy.
Bro, I don't think they're gonna mess with. They ain't gonna go get no center, bro. I can tell you that now. It looks like they look like they confident in Torricella Simpkins.
Yeah, that's what I looked at too. Yeah, I looked at that too. Yeah, they kind of confident with Simpkins going there, and man,
I doubt it, bro. Look, bro. Would I say no to that? To them doing that? Hell no, I wouldn't. You understand?
Right,
However,
right.
I don't think that's what they thinking, JT. I don't think so.
Right. Well, you're only as good as your backup.
Look, I want to ask you this, bro, before you get off. I'm gonna ask you the same thing I just asked CB, right? So Jordan Tyson is out for maybe 6-7 weeks or whatever, maybe 8 weeks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that it would be wise of them to move Bailey over to the outside. I think Bailey needs to stay right where he at, right?
Right, okay? Right.
So, so in the meanwhile, who play over there, JT? Who play over there?
I mean, out of all them guys, I mean, I know they got Bud Means right there, but let's throw this out there. If say they go pick up a bona fide veteran, and they get him in here, and he get him a few plays and everything. He ain't got to be game busters. He just get a few plays and help us move the chains and everything. Let everybody play they plays. I mean, Barry and Brown, Lance, Bailey, But suppose we get a veteran. I'm thinking a veteran would fit in good right now. A bona fide veteran that's ready to teach, some nuances or whatever to the game. A good veteran will help the Saints right now. A good veteran.
I hate to say it, man. Here it is. I'm gonna sound like the pooper again, JT. I don't think they're gonna do that, man.
No, they're not gonna do it. That's why Bud Means would be the one to fit. He would be the one. Bud Means, it just looked like it fit for him because he's like a big possession receiver, Yeah.
And to be honest with you, bro, I like what I seen from him. He's starting to look more like what we thought that we would get from him.
From him, yeah. Oh yeah.
But that's just something interesting. And I just wanted to run that by you to see what you thought about that whole thing.
No, I think that looked good. That would be perfect with Vele as the number 3 and Olave. Just keep the balls down low. No hospital balls. Don't throw nothing to make them have to jump in the air and get. We'll be all right. In these games. And what Bud Means, since you said that, Uptown, what he showed me is he's not scared. He's not scared to catch the ball, and he got strong hands.
Yeah.
He got strong hands, and he showed that to me, and that's good. That's something that the Saints need. You catch the ball, tuck it, and you get hit. But I don't know which way they're gonna go with it. But I'm glad. Look, Uptown. I'm glad that the Saints is moving and trending in the right direction. That's what I want, because we wasn't even competitive. We wasn't even, nobody would even thinking about us as not like they are now. Right now, they can't just look at us on the schedule and say, "Oh yeah, that's a win." They don't know. They don't know how we gonna come at them. They don't know.
Yeah, they
You know, they don't know
Man,
how we
look,
coming at them.
we appreciate you coming through, fam.
Yeah, you know that. I do what I could, bro. But you know what I always tell y'all, bro. Hey, CB, bro. Hey, man, come on, man. Man, this the season, bro. Come on, man. As much as y'all want, Uptown. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
We right here. Don't worry about it. We right here. Shit.
We'll try to be on, bro. When is the next game? The next game is Saturday, right?
Yeah, the next game's Saturday. But that I'm not since we talking the next game, I'm gonna put this in you right now. Look, they got the way I look at the games I be going by positions, Uptown. I go by the positions. I try to write it down and look at what I'm seeing out there. The guy, what his name, Price and everything. He might be one of them, again, like I said, he might be one of them system players. He done been to a couple places, but this here might be the system that bring him out. You know what I'm saying? So, we and quiet as it kept, like I said, I ain't been hearing too much, even in the practices with Reed and people people like that. I've been trying to listen to some stuff like that because remember, these was the starters in the back, and you ain't gonna keep bringing that kind of stuff back. You're gonna shake that up a little bit, and with Kool-Aid, hopefully they playing the right kind of scheme that fits for him to be there because I done seen him getting beat. I mean, I don't see it with him. I'm not satisfied right now. I got to see more from him. I got to see more.
We'll see soon enough, man. Appreciate you, though, brother.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be all eyes. I'm watching because when I start seeing it, I'm like, oh no, I can't take that kind of play. Cause see, I'm spoiled, bro. I'm spoiled with Lattimore, with Ladder Daddy holding it down all these years against Mike Evans and all that kind of stuff. I'm spoiled with it right now. But we deserve the best, bro. And that's all I want is the best. And if you're not the best, there's no hard feelings with me or you, but you just got to move on. We trying to get this team to a place where we have been before and won.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Not disrespecting Atlanta, but we've been there and we won. So.
For sure. Appreciate you, JT.
Oh, yeah, that ain't no problem, fellas. Look, I'm back at y'all. Y'all take it easy. I'll be listening.
All right, for sure. Who that?
Who that, fellas?
Who that?
Say, man, you know something, bro, right? I'm just telling y'all, I ain't going to say for sure, but I might just live stream when the game on. I think that game come on like 3 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
I might come on here and live stream.
Okay.
I let y'all know, man. I put something up here, man, by Friday if I'm gonna do it. Or whatever. You dig? I might just live stream that. And have, take a couple of callers and stuff, while the live stream is on and that kind of thing. You dig? But man, we appreciate y'all. We know it's late. We like the fact that y'all roll with us, especially when it's late like that and all that. You dig? Appreciate y'all. You understand? Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the whole thing. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You understand? To come see this dangerous tag team. We got the championship belts and everything to prove it. You dig? Anything you got to say, CB?
Who that nation? Just appreciate you guys for tuning in. Once again, just please like, subscribe, follow the page, share the page to another Who That family member. And Who That Nation. Hey, it was a chippy practice with Dallas. Let's see if they carry the same energy against the Rams Saturday. I'm looking forward to seeing these names that we name. I just want to mention shout out to Todd Chandler, nice kick return. That's a spot where we need a spark at as well. So we'll see what happens Saturday with that, along with other positions that need to step up. But anyway, who that nation, you guys have a good night. This is the WDN Chatline podcast, and we out. Who that?
Who that, baby? Oh yeah, for life.